right, welcome back, man. It is your boy Book Erban, and I would like to welcome you guys, the entire urban community and just our audience in general to Urban Topic, man. This is episode 26, and right now I have a very special guest. We have a certified chef, man. He know his stuff when it comes to getting you right, getting your belly right, getting them taste buds popping. You feel me? This is my guy, man. I know him for several years. Really since we was teenagers. And this is Mr. Jared Dominique Bellamy, the owner of Soul City, baby. What's going on, Mr. Bellamy?
Man, what's up, man? Man, I'm proud to be on here, man. Proud of you, bro. Hey, this thing look good, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
Look, man, I appreciate you, for just collaborating with us on getting this information out and just sharing your journey, man. Giving the up-and-comers just some information and just some advice, just based off your experience, your path that you took to get to where you are now, man. So listen, bro, I just want to say sincerely, thank you. And we appreciate you for just sticking in with us, bro. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Where you from?
All right. Well, I'm from South Bend, North Carolina. I had a very, very hard upbringing, man. It ain't even, it's no secret, you know what I mean? I was foster care for 16 years. I can't really remember the time frame. And, been put up for adoption twice and, reunited with my family at 13. But it was really a rough upbringing. That's why on Facebook, on social media, I try to tell people that endure through your struggle, man. Because, they got all kinds of sayings. One of my favorites is, you don't see your star unless it's dark outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you really got to tap into your struggle. Save with your struggle. You got other things. I played football and went to Greenwood High, graduated from Greenwood High. I really didn't take it when I was younger, bro. You know what I mean? I really didn't take into cooking. I love to be in the kitchen. That was my biggest thing. Love to be in the kitchen. Love to eat. I wasn't no little man, so. But tapping into my younger days, it was just, the grind, the hustle, especially when your parents didn't have it like that or whatnot. So that was the hustle, work. I had to go to work. Sometimes I was walking to work, because I ain't have a ride. But, I thank God for those struggle days. And, it teaches you a lot as far as being a parent, husband, father, what have you. It really gives you a lot of insight. So I just thank God for my struggle, real talk.
Yo, that's dope, bro. That's dope, man. Listen, man, you constantly grinding. We see you each and every day, man. And it just appears that everything, all your accomplishments, man, it just can speak odes to your hard work that you put in them early times. You know what I'm saying? So, when did you first fall in love with just cooking and just preparing dishes, man?
Man, well, I was young, man, and I remember, man, making Kool-Aid. You know what I mean? Everybody made Kool-Aid. But I was in the kitchen with my stepdad, and that's one guy, I got to give it up to him. God rest his soul. He really instilled in me a lot, man. And I know a lot of it, what he wanted to do. You know what I mean? A lot of it is what he really wanted to do. But when I was younger and just seeing a dish, I'm a step-by-step type of person. Yeah. So just seeing something, I'd be amazed at rice. You know what I mean? How, it got to go through and I can relate a lot of cooking to life. Rice has to go through its boiling point and be pressured for it to come out and be a masterpiece. So, man, I as a young pup, man, I was just in the kitchen looking at how things transform to an end product, and I was just amazed. You know what I mean? Different things catch different people's eyes, different strokes, different folks, but that caught me. You know what I mean? Just taking something and making it a masterpiece, man. And that I just fell in love then, man. I was like 8 years old.
Yeah, okay. Sound like a scientist, man. People don't really refer to chefs or just people really be in the kitchen changing and mixing different compounds to a scientist. But when I think of a chef, man, you mixing flavors, you mixing temperature, you mixing consistencies, you know what I'm saying? All various things, various variables to come out with this one meal, man. And people don't even know it's probably like 100 different ingredients all into one. When you think about 50 different ingredients into one dish. That's dope though, bro. It started when you was young, man. Okay, so what actually clicked in your mind like you can actually become a gourmet chef?
Well, it was to the point where, you know, my first job was at Zaxby's, and that was my first cooking job. And it was just like, yo, I was back there, I was running that, and it was slow pace. You know what I mean? Like, I know Zaxby's be packed. It was slow pace, and then when I got, you know, working at Sports Break and working at different restaurants, I was just like, yo, my mind stayed racing. Yeah. You know what I mean? So especially when Kevin Prater, shout out to him on the Sports Break, gave me, you know, he seen my potential. So he would just, while I was working there, he would give me little, you know, the special of the week. You know what I mean? And it would be my creativity, but I had to use what was in the kitchen. So sometimes he coming out, nah, that's not, we're not putting that on the menu. And he was like, man, if you can't, on Monday, I had to have a finished product by Monday, because he wasn't the guy who wastes. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? On Monday, I couldn't, you know what I mean? If I didn't have it, they wasn't printing it up, they wasn't putting it out there. So, you know, he would always come in there and give me feedback. Well, I knew I had that potential. You know what I mean? When somebody gives me a complaint about my food, I don't take it lightly. You know what I mean? Like, even with Soul City, bro, like, I had my first complaint right when I started, and bro, that made me feel so low. Like, I was almost boohoo crying, bro. Like, dang, like, you know, I put the wrong ingredient in something and somebody's not happy. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. You know, and it just wasn't a good feeling. So, like, being passionate about that, like, you know, and that's when I knew I could really tap into my potential. My potential was when I knew that I had to go hard and go home, bro.
Yeah. Okay. So I see you started out in Sports Break, man, under Mr. Prater, and it's just great to have like a prominent business where you was at that was already well known. One of the most well known businesses in Greenwood, South Carolina, man. Gave you an opportunity, you know, as a young kid. Probably you still in your teenage years.
Yeah, I was still in high school, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy, and give you the opportunity to actually, you know, just take it up a whole amongst yourself to come out with just the specials of the week that actually, you know, contribute to his business operations, but garnering his crowd to continue to come in. You know what I mean? To just customer satisfaction. The food good, people gonna come in here. They're gonna drink. They're gonna play pool. They're gonna listen to live music. You know, it's gonna boost up the vibe more for the business. So that's just dope, bro. How you contribute to that at a young age, man. All right, so what were some of your influences when you started to take, you know, just cooking seriously, man? Like, just, you know, becoming a chef seriously. Like, I know you talked about earlier, like your stepfather was one of the first people that actually had you in the kitchen, showing you step by step. But is there any other influences that you may have had?
Yeah, I can really tap into myself. That, like, when he put me in the kitchen, bro, like, he knew it before I did. You feel me? And it was my grandma Pearl. She, on that baking side, like, you see all the cupcake, bro. At first, I was like, I don't go outside and play football with my brothers, and they would all, you know what I mean? But, you know, and then I would always get picked on it. But, I mean, like, when they came down to eating at a black family event, bro, everybody, you know, you got questions like, who made the potato salad? You know what I mean? Like, question like, bro, why the mac and cheese dry? You know what I mean? Like, and it was something that my grandma Pearl put in me when you're baking, and my Aunt Edna. God rest all of them, man. They all passed on, but my Aunt Edna, my grandma Pearl, and my stepdad, like, they really tapped into me, bro, at a young age. And then, so it was on imperative, bro, that I had to step up. And so it was really a task, bro. You know what I mean? Because, like, sometimes you don't even feel like it sometimes. But, you know, when you're passionate, it's not work.
Exactly. It's love. You know what I mean? It's love, man. It's just love, man. Opportunity to garner a lot of that from your family, man. The people that was close. You can go and ask questions at any time along the way. It's just dope, bro. All right, so what type of training did you actually go through?
Yeah, I did, man. And before I even started Soul City, man, I went through a school called Augusta Escavier. Okay. It's a sister school to LaCourte out there in Colorado. 17-month program, you know what I mean? And it was like, at first I was like, dang, it's a gimmick, man, because I mean, I'm getting the courses, you know what I mean? But I was still paying for school, and I had to buy my materials. So, you know what I mean? Groceries already high. And, you know what I mean? So I was just like, dang, I really got to pay for my own material. Like they only gave me a chef coat, sent me a knife set, you know what I mean, and little tools and stuff I needed or whatever. But yeah, I had to like the one course, it was called Around the World. So you was cooking Chinese food, Indian food, African food, you know what I mean? But you had to have the same consistency. I had to have the camera propped up to where you could see me, you know, searing and whipping up, and like, you know, most of the time I had nothing but family to try, you know what I mean, what was going on. And then, you know, you had quizzes after that. But, you know, that it really sparked something in me right after I got out of that program to go further, bro.
Man, that's dope, bro. All right, so what were some of the key points that you learned while you was training?
Yeah, sauteing, I always had a problem with sauteing. I love to grill, you know, I love to bake and stuff like that, but that sauteing was something different, bro. So I really had to tap into that, right? Because that was not my gift. And now, bro, I can toot my own horn on that. Like, bro, I be in like, I got videos on Facebook everywhere, like sauteing, you know, making, you know, flambés and, you know, throwing that acid or the alcohol on there, making that fire just, you know, tap into your steak or your whatever, man. It's like, this is it, right? And, you know, the things that I've done after I got that, you know, after I got that certificate, man, from that program, it had to be God, bro. The way everything just flowed, it just had to be. Like, I've never experienced some things that I've experienced cooking that I would even thought of, bro.
All right, so what we about to move into now, Chef Dom, is that every episode I try to give an urban suggestion. It actually relates to something healthy that people can add to their healthy lifestyle. And for this particular episode, it's going to be talking about a famous citrus fruit, grapefruit. All right, so for people who may not know, you know, grapefruits, it's a lot of benefits for adding to your diet. And some of the benefits can just be like, the grapefruits are actually low in calories, but very high in nutrients, kind of like apples. Also, the grapefruits may benefit your immune system. They also benefit weight loss in a very healthy way. Grapefruits may also help prevent insulin resistance if you have diabetes. Grapefruit may improve your heart health, like have you have a stronger heart. Again, it's very high in powerful antioxidants. Grapefruit contains a few antioxidants that provides various health benefits, such as just a reduced risk of several diseases, well-known diseases. Also, grapefruit may reduce kidney stones in the body. For people, you know, who dealing with kidney stones, they drink a lot of, you know, dairy, eat a lot of dairy. Eat you a grapefruit, you know what I'm saying, once a day or once a week to try to balance some of that out. Grapefruit also has hydration benefits. It's easy to add to your diet, and it's great for your skin because it has loads of vitamin C. And I know that grapefruits can be sour, and a lot of people, you know, it's not as popular as like an orange is or like a lime that people like to use on a regular. Chef Dom, how important is citrus fruit to your diet and just to your dishes? You know what I'm saying? Do you use any citrus fruit, whether it be oranges, lemons, limes, grapefruits?
Yeah, man. Actually, man, I use a lot of like lemons, limes, especially grapefruit. I mean, you got a lot of, you know, salads with, you know what I mean? Like if you're making a homemade dressing, you got to cut it with oil, but you have to have that acid in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to cut it with oil, but you got to have the acid in there. And then, you know, a lot of citrus, like I say, dressings, your Italian dressings, your, you know, most of your marinades. You know what I mean? Like I know for a fact, I use a lot of citrus in my regimen.
That's dope, bro. Look, I never would have known that the citrus fruit was in Italian dressing. I love Italian dressing. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Don't tell nobody. All right, so look, man, we finna move right along. Now we finna get down to the business side, like how you actually took your talents and actually turned it into a business. You know what I'm saying? For you and for you to leave down to your family members if you need to, or just for you to accrue revenue for yourself. Like, how did you? What idea actually led to the creation of Soul City?
Well, Soul City is, like I said, that was my stepdad's name, man. And, you know, I'm going to tell my story later on, man, you know, in the book or whatever, bro. But, you know, the reason why we went to foster care, bro, is because of abuse. You know what I mean? And, you know, and when I first, you know, and I told my wife I was going to mention it, and she all right with it. When I first started, you know, like I said, it was his dream. Soul City was his name. It was his dream. He wanted to, you know, had the biggest buffet, had the biggest whatever, and he passed, bro, due to a drunk driver accident, bro. Car flipped 7 times. And, you know, his head went, the sunroof went through his head, bro.
Sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah, it was something tragic. My older brother and my wife, it was kind of against, you know what I mean, me calling my business Soul City, bro. But, you know what I mean, like, there's going to be power to come out of some pain, bro. You know what I mean? So I use that. And when Soul City really means something, bro. It ain't just a name, it ain't just a restaurant, it ain't just a catering name. Soul City really means something. So one day, bro, I was working at Magna as a forklift driver. And, you know, with all the COVID and stuff going on, layoffs. And one day, bro, I had it rough, bro, trying to find a job and trying to take care of my family. And knowing I just got that program, but I was paying for, you know, still paying on that school. And then, you know what I mean? I was just like, I asked God, like, yeah, I need some direction. And I heard Steve Harvey on one of his, you know, inserts that he was, you know, he was really prophesying, bro. And I was like, man, he's speaking to me like, nobody's gonna give it to you. You gotta go get it, man. Today you really got to go get it. So that's what I did, bro. I went to my mama's house, created EIN, bro, and I got to work. But you know what I mean? I started, you know, I was getting unemployment checks and stuff like that because I wasn't working. But, you know, and I was telling my wife, like, you know, I just started making cakes, bro. I just started, you know what I mean, selling cakes. And then right outside my house, bro, and lo and behold, then I went to homeboy Don Evans. Y'all hit him up, man. He, you know, bro, he had got me right, bro. So I was like, dang, all right. So everything was just coming together. And lo and behold, bro, it was just, stuff just started happening, bro. Like, stuff just started coming together. Then, you know, one day, like I say, then I got a job at Timken, and I was cooking for the holiday meals, and I was, you know, whatever. And then I got laid off from there. You know, I was like, God, just give me direction, man. I really need vision. Like, bro, I got a call right after I said amen. A homeboy in Atlanta, his name Kevin Johnson. He called me, he's like, bro, you want to go to Maine and cook? I was like, I'm gonna go to Maine. Like, what you talking about? He's like, bro, I'm telling you. He was like, bro, I can get you out to Maine and you can start traveling being the chef. And I was like, nah, like, you know, I thought it was a hoax, so I ignored it. 2 months later, bro, I'm out there cooking and stuff like that. He hit me up again. I was doing a fish fry. He hit me up again. Now here, I'm trying to help, you know, the Outlaws, my homeboy Quincy. He got the Outlaws, you know, the Outlaws, the football team. My son was playing it. I got another message, so I was like, I put it in my pocket. That night, I'm in the room with my wife, and I'm like, man, I showed it to her. She was like, no, you got to make sure it's legit. You know how your wives be. They got to, you know, they ain't just sending you out there and doing that. So
yeah,
he got me the contact. He got my contact, gave it to another person, and the guy called me. He was like, yeah, I can have you out in Maine, you know, being a sous chef. And I was like, I just wondered how it worked, gave me all the information. But that fell through, so I ain't go to Maine. But I went to Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. And I was out there for a whole month, man. And when I say, bro, that was God, bro. When I first got my paycheck, I was like, ain't no way. Like, I was scared to even do anything, but bro, it was God, bro. And Soul City has been to, I want to say Soul City has been to 15 states, bro.
That's dope, bro. That's dope.
You know what I mean? I just told him, I'm not going out there. Soul City is going out there. So I started putting Soul City on all contracts. You know what I mean? Right, Soul City. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, and when I look back over it, bro, yeah, being in 15 states, bro, like, within a year, bro, ain't nothing but a blessing, man.
Yeah, all praise to the Most High, bro. That's that grind, determination, and faith, man, that you put in. Yeah, and, you know, he started to reap their rewards, bro. That's dope. That's a dope story, man. That's dope advice. So look, man, what obstacles did you actually overcome? I guess for one is obtaining new contracts and new clients. Got to be one from what you just explained. Is it any other obstacles that you had to go through?
Yeah, man, just cooking outside my kitchen. You know, everybody don't trust you. You know what I mean? Everybody don't really trust you. You know what I mean? If it ain't prepackaged or if it ain't in the regular package, or if it ain't in the to-go box, or they don't see you wearing gloves. So a lot of things, man, I just really had to just tap into, just really putting myself out there, man. You know what I mean? Because if people don't know, they ain't gonna go. You know what I mean? Like, closed mouth don't get fed. So if I'm not putting my media out there, don't nobody know that you're cooking, don't nobody know that you're doing this, don't nobody know that you're doing that, it's not gonna work. It ain't gonna flow. You know what I mean? And it's room for everybody to eat, but at the same time, nobody gonna trust nobody if they don't see a process. You know what I mean? So it was times that, I had to really, bills, I had to sacrifice, my wife had to pick up some slack because I'm trying to, my legacy, bro, was most important. And I told her that when I first met her, like, I'm really going to make my mark and then leave my mark so that the ones behind me can pick it up. So, like, there was times that, and I love her for that. She really stepped up and helped me, and she's been behind it ever since. Like I say, the name, at first, she didn't understand it, but when she, but the vision, it was clear to her. It was clear to her, and she pushed me, bro. She, when I wanted to give up, she was like, "No, this is your dream. You already know what's going on. Get right." And them attaboys from her was everything, bro.
Dope, man. Hey, it's good to have a great backbone, bro. A great support system, man. Look, I could go on all day about me and my wife, man, and my family, my support system as well, man. So, bro, I know how it is, bro. It's just,
right.
It's love, man. It's great, and it's just great that you was able to make it through them obstacles. They lessons, you know what I'm saying? I had to learn myself to stop looking at everything that I feel like that was happening to me and start really like paying attention. Like, okay, so this got to be happening for me. How can I learn from this? You know what I'm saying? It's building me up for the next step. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's dope. That's dope, Chef Don. So, what has been your biggest accomplishment today? What has been Soul City's biggest accomplishment?
I don't want to say that traveling, man. That that traveling, and I was in Pigeon Forge, man, last November, and we fed 1,800 people out, and I was quarterbacking majority of the whole thing. We had 3 sous chefs and an executive. We didn't have an executive chef. Okay. You know what I mean? So the sous chefs was acting as executives, but me, Kendall, and this guy named Chris Shields, man, we really tapped into, our potential, bro. And the 1,800 people from 11 to 7. Yeah. We was at Dolly Parton's resort, Dreammore.
Okay.
And when I say it was bro, I ain't never seen heated trucks. I mean, I've seen refrigerated trucks, but I ain't never seen heated trucks. Okay. So prepping, we had 19 people in the kitchen that day. That's not even counting all the dishwashers and all that kind of stuff. But as we were prepping food, putting them on speed racks, we were taking them in the heated truck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then once stuff would go out on the buffet, you had people just running speed racks back and forth. You know what I mean? But that was like the biggest, like, I've never fed so many people in my life. At the end of the day, it was a success, and bro, like, they really show love, bro. Like, they really show love.
Man, look, congratulations to you, bro. Keep grinding. Keep grinding, Chef Don. Keep grinding, baby. All right, so I'm gonna move on a little bit. For any aspiring chef or entrepreneur in the food industry, what advice would you give whenever, for them to just have and build a successful career throughout the several years that you've been in the food industry and been a gourmet chef?
You can never stop learning. You can never stop learning. So have that eye open and that ear open to listen, and you know what I mean, and to see what's really going on in front of you. Because somebody can do something about it. Don't even think you got it all wrapped up inside you. Somebody's gonna have something that you don't know. You know what I mean? So keep grinding. I don't care if something goes wrong. And there's been times I won't give up because the ingredients too high. Or, you know what I mean? I done messed up on the whole thing. And, I done messed up somebody's event. But you're gonna have them hiccup. Keep moving forward. And then another thing, this is anybody, bro. Cut yourself some slack. Allow us to beat ourselves up, bro. We don't give ourselves grace. Self-giving grace, bro, is the best grace you can ever have, bro. Stop beating yourselves up. I see people do it all the time. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. Well, we gonna turn that I can't to an I can, bro, and take a first step.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, give yourself some slack. You know what I mean? Especially if you're doing the best you can. These mothers, fathers, these grandmothers, these aunts, uncles, godparents, whatever. If you're doing the best you can, do what you can, and the rest of the stuff they gonna have to take care of themselves. But give yourself some slack, man.
Bro, that's great advice, man. Never stop learning. Give yourself grace. And the third one, I believe, just keep grinding, bro. Keep working, man. Put your head down, keep grinding, man. Dope advice, Chef Don. Chef Don, dope advice, bro. All right, so I always ask my guests on the show this one question. I just want to get your perspective. You don't have to go too deep, but just keep it authentic and tell me, and just share what you really feel, Chef Don. You ready? All right, so what's one thing you love and one thing you dislike about being from the South? And for the thing you dislike, what would you do in order to change it?
All right, the thing I love about being in the South, most of us, bro, we come from nothing. You know what I mean? And we see the desire to make it better, bro. I mean, if you out here, you out here shooting hoops, or you out here like me whipping something in the kitchen, or you out there doing construction work, most of us don't come from the silver spoons. You know what I mean? So we grind, bro. Your grind is what people look at. Like, oh, what you doing now? You go to a family unit, I guarantee you, somebody gonna ask you, what you got going on, man? What you been doing? What you got? You know what I mean? And if you ain't got nothing to say, that conversation ain't gonna last too long. You know what I mean? So guess like the thing I love, bro, and I was telling my son this the other day because I was talking to one of my buddies, LJ Walker. He got a business out there, man, and he be cooking this stuff out there in Augusta, Georgia. Not Augusta, Elberton, Georgia. But my son heard the whole conversation of how he had cooked like maybe 30 racks of ribs, and you know what I mean? He was getting it in just like I was, and we was talking about how tired we were and stuff like that. But just like you, bro, you know what I mean? Like, and the people that was at my little shindig the other week, everybody's doing something, bro. You know what I mean? Nobody's staying stagnant, bro. Nobody is really just waiting on somebody to give it to them. You know what I mean? You got to run and go get it, bro. And that's what I love about being from the South, is that you can create you a circle of people who's going to really push you, bro. So, yeah, that's what I love about being from the South. And what I dislike, bro, is that anytime we have a downfall, we're doing it to ourselves.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We are doing it to ourselves. It ain't, that's what that movie Us was about, bro. It ain't them, it's us. You know what I mean? It's us. If you've seen that movie Us, man, it was tapping into the crime rates, the black on black crime, the abortions, preteen pregnancies, all of that kind of stuff, bro. Like, it's us. It ain't them. And we love to blame it on somebody else, bro. But when you tap into, giving yourself, take ownership, bro, I'm telling you, life would be a whole lot better, bro.
Accountability, you're right, brother. I have to agree with you, man. And that's a great perception. That's actually a great observation that you made, and you was able to speak on your observation that you actually been observing over the past, over your lifetime, bro. And I really appreciate you answering that question with such authenticity, man. So we're finna get ready to close out the episode, but before you go, I need you to let my urban community and the rest of my audience know if they want Chef Don at an event, where they need to go to find you, that they need to call you, that they need to up on social media. What do, Chef Don?
Soul City, man. We all on Facebook. Let me know. You need me, man, ahead of time. We will definitely meet your needs, man.
Dope, bro. So you say you got the wings popping. The Super Bowl getting ready to come around, man.
Oh yeah, bro. They all on our media pages, man. We got platters, we got all that, man. Charcuterie boards, we got everything, bro. So hit us up, man. We got you.
Bad, man. All right, man. There has been another episode of Urban Topic. This is your boy Book Urban. We were so grateful to have Chef Dom from Soul City, the owner, the operator, the gourmet head chef, the food director, man. Chef Dom. That's Dominique Bellamy, the Don. Thank you, man. Thank you, guys, man. Y'all know what it is. Stay urban and let's get it.